Hi guys, welcome to the Honest Perfume Reviewer. Lately I've been doing more like casual videos. I've been posting more often and not maybe just accepting that they're not perfect, just to kind of keep in touch more. And I've been getting more comments and I've been getting more followers. So maybe this is the right way to go. I've also been like sharing a little bit more personal stuff about myself. I mean, not going into detail, but just kind of like just to give you an idea about who I am, because I find that I often wonder these things when I follow YouTubers. I'm like, I wonder, is she a mother, or is she married, or what does she work with? Is this her full-time job, or is this usually not, right? Especially since I like to follow smaller YouTubers because I find them more honest when they're not sponsored. I was looking for reviews last week of the rose fragrances from Tom Ford, Roses d'Amalfi, Roses de Chine, etc. And I couldn't find a single one that was like, didn't feel sponsored. So I don't know what people really think about these fragrances. So anyway, I thought, and before I jump into what I've been wearing and trying lately, I'll just tell you the scent of the day for me so far has been Piano Santal from L'Orchestre Parfum. And the reason it's kind of like overcast today, this morning it was raining cats and dogs, and I just kind of reached for it. It's kind of a milky, creamy sandalwood. It has cumin, so it's a little bit spicy. It has the note of skin. I would never have been able to say, but I like it. It's a really nice fragrance that I would wear kind of the same way as Santal Austral that I talked about last week, I think. That fragrance is it's more irisy, absolutely, and a little bit more earthy. This one is a little more, I think it might have the note of cashmere on, which is not a favorite note of mine, but I still think this one works, and I could almost see myself getting a full bottle. But since I think I might prefer Santal Austral, I would probably go for that one before that. But I like this house because I think the fragrances are interesting yet affordable. Matiere Santal Austral is from there, is a lot pricier. So maybe it is also a little bit better, but I do think that this L'Orchestre Parfum has a lot to offer. And they're like, at a lower price point. Okay, so I've been wearing some decants here. I've got a little of everything, and I'll kind of share them with you. I might have mentioned some of them earlier on my channel because I was just kind of testing them for the first time, and now I have a little bit more to tell you about them. Some might be completely new for today. The first one I'll mention is called White Lotus, and it is from TRNP, or is it TNRP? I always forget. But this is this is an interesting fragrance, but I still have not like fallen in love with it. First, it was really disturbing. Like there was something in here that I was like, "Oh, what is this? I'm not sure about this." But I thought I want to learn more. It's kind of a white floral fragrance, but it also has some spicy notes that I find a little bit disturbing, or I haven't quite become friends with them. I definitely, this is for the people who have kind of more of an acquired taste. I'm not sure I'm one of them yet. This one has like anise, clove, nutmeg, and also kind of a strong lily note. I'm thinking it might be one of those 4 or 5 notes that I mentioned now that might be the problem for me. It's a very unique fragrance. Kind of the white florals with these spices. I find it to be quite unusual. So I'm definitely holding on to it because of that. Because I think fragrances that feel too much like, oh, this reminds me of this and this and this, then there's really no reason to get into it if I have something really similar. The next one that I really, really love, and unfortunately it's super expensive, and it's Ceylon from Xerjoff, and it belongs to their, like, I think it's called like Oud Stars or something. God, I can't remember what the collection is called, but the bottles are brown and they only come, I think, in 50 ml. The same as Alcat, and it's the same perfumer. It's Chris Maurice. This particular one is like much more expensive than the other ones, like Mamluk and Alcat, and what are the other ones called? Like Farce and Gao, I think. When I tried those fragrances a while ago, I really hated them. Like this was a year and a half ago. But now I feel like I might need to go back there and see. I think my taste has changed because this one is just pure beauty. There's a little bit of skankiness when you first spray it on, but after that, I've got these fragrances like all over my arms now. And I've written down where I've sprayed them. Right wrist. Okay, let's see. Oh, and I find it beautiful from the very beginning. It has like, it's like a honey and tea. Let's see what else it has. Yeah, it has oud, tea, and honey. And just this honey note makes it really special. Oh, I just think it's so beautiful, but it's like $400. So I'm kind of like crying inside because it's so expensive because I really love that. And then I've tried Violet Musk from Ajmal. Comes in a white, really beautiful bottle, a very heavy bottle. This one I'll have to say is not so unique, and it's really beautiful, not very unique, not super special. It doesn't really intrigue me, but it's beautiful. It's kind of like a violet, powdery, soft, vanillic, light fragrance. And I will for sure be using it because it's so easy. It's an easy reach, but it's not something that let's say, right hand. Yeah, it's really nice. It's kind of a, what does it remind me of? It's kind of like an iris kind of fragrance. It's that kind of light, but this one happens to have violet. I would have guessed iris. And I think it has like lily of the valley, some little, floral notes, maybe a little jasmine in there. It's not like super special to me, but nice for sure. And then I have something that was really challenging when I tried it the first time, and it's Ubar from Amouage that I tried for the first time a few years ago, and I really hated it at the time. But now it's a different story. It's something like a modern Oriental fragrance kind of meets the 90s. Like I grew up in the 90s, or I was like young in the beginning of the 90s, and there was a special kind of fragrance that was popular back then, kind of like Chanel No. 5, like very perfumey perfumes with like peach in the top, and like in the base there'd be patchouli and like loads of floral notes, and very like feminine leaning perfumes. But this also has like incense in the base. I think there's like myrrh maybe. Let's see. There's some balmy note there. It has ambergris. So it's kind of like an Oriental yet kind of 90s vibe fragrance. I wore it the other day when I was doing kind of this PR job that I've been doing kind of for free for a friend of mine. And I was going up to this lawyer's office, and I kind of wanted to feel like sophisticated. So I wore this, and it felt perfect for the occasion. This has some kind of advanced or some kind of like strong, heady white florals, I think. And kind of an incensey, balmy kind of base. I don't know if incense is in there, but for sure it's like balsamic. It has an Oriental vibe, definitely. Okay, what have I got next here? Oh, Lyric Man. I broke that decant right in front of my closet, like right in front of where I'm trying to have a comfortable position here. I'm kind of like kneeling by a bed because someone came into the kitchen where I was doing the video at first. So I guess we'll just have to put up with this position. And I broke this decant like right in front of where I always get my clothes out and stuff. So I've kept smelling this Lyric Man from Amouage like every day, and I've just realized I don't like it anymore. It has kind of a heavy note of rose, and it's kind of a sour, leathery kind of tone to it. Like sometimes rose goes sour, and I think this one is no exception. I mean, there's citruses in there, that can of course, and then it has nutmeg. Maybe nutmeg is a challenging note sometimes, and I think rose, when it gets too much. When it goes like to that sour kind of territory, I tend to not like it so much. So I definitely will not be getting a bottle of that, and I don't miss that I broke it either, because now I've gotten really to try it, kind of like a room kind of spray, but it was not something that I didn't really want. Okay, I have another interesting fragrance here. It was also with rose, and it's called Rose Cocoa, and it's from Aerin Aerin. And this is kind of first when I sprayed it, I was like, ooh, it's super, super, super rosy. Like the rose is so dominant the first few minutes, but then it kind of dries down into something kind of interesting. So I think I'm definitely going to hold on to the decant and wear it again. Because if you can just kind of put up with that super, super dominant rose opening, there's all kinds of other things going on. It has iris, it has champagne, it has oud, musk, and truffle. And not truffle like a chocolate piece of truffle, but the truffle that is in the ground. So I find this really interesting, this mix of notes. And I noticed that other things were starting to kind of come through, but I haven't really given this a proper wearing yet. It was created by Oliver Cresp, if you are familiar with him. I'm excited to wear it again. It definitely has more going on than rose and cocoa. And I like cocoa in fragrances, and I like it like combined with patchouli. I think this might also have a little patchouli in it. It's very oriental leaning. I think a little heavy on the rose, but I'm sure that that's going to kind of, you know, calm down a little bit once, you know, once I've been wearing it for a while. So this is kind of on my list to like give a proper wearing, to wear it like all day. Okay, and then I want to mention, last of all, two fragrances that a lot of people think are quite similar. And I can absolutely see the similarity between these two. One of them is Iris Prima, and the other one is Bottega Veneta, for her, the EDP version. This is like the original. It's called Bottega Veneta or something. This one I have always kind of experienced on a man, because one of my mentors that I used to have, he's like a good friend of mine now. This was almost his signature fragrance for so many years. And he's the kind of person, he's kind of a Middle Eastern man that doesn't care about, you know, what's for him and what's for her. He buys whatever he likes. And he really likes this. And I know he buys like furniture from them and bags, and he's kind of a rich man. But the fragrances are not that pricey, thank goodness. And this is actually a beautiful, I associate this with him so much, but I've really always liked the way he smells, and I've been too shy to ask. But when I finally found out, I had to get this, and I only have this, but I like it a lot actually, but don't wear it myself that much. I get it out and I kind of try it like this, and I do think I will get a bottle when I see it at a good price, but I don't like to pay full price, so maybe I'll buy a bottle secondhand. I did have a bottle, but I swapped it for some reason because I wasn't wearing it that much. And then when I saw a mini for sale, I got this, and then this has lasted a while, so I don't really need it. But I really, really recommend it. This one doesn't have Iris listed, although it's very similar to Iris Prima. I'm not sure but it has leather, but it's a really, really soft leather. This one you just have to try. It's floral, it's leathery, it's unisex. It would be beautiful on a man or woman. It would be a perfect gift, almost a safe blind buy. Just a super, super easy reach, nice kind of for everyone kind of fragrance. I really, really love this, and I'm going to make myself wear this more. Maybe the reason I don't wear it is that I feel like I already know it. I know this one. I know I like it because I know I smelled it on my friend Ayad for so many years, and I know what it smells like, and I'm always kind of exploring new things. So tomorrow I'll probably, you know, reach for roses or rose cocoa from Aerin, just because it's more new to me and I have to kind of learn it. So, and Iris Prima, the only thing the problem I have with this one is the longevity of the fragrance, and it doesn't project that much, but it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful iris. I really, really love this fragrance. It's so, so beautiful. It has a little bit of a lighter vibe than Bottega Veneta, because this doesn't have, I don't think this has iris, because this is more, this is a little heavier, and it's also a little better in terms of longevity, and this is lighter. I think this might be discontinued, but it's like you can still get it. I think that several stores still have it in stock, but I think they've taken it away. But if you can't find it, this is the perfect option. You can find this in airports, in, you know, your store at the local mall probably. It's not that pricey. I think this is a perfect niche quality designer fragrance. I did have someone comment on my last video, and she wanted me to make, I think it was a designer list for dancing, for going out dancing. And I don't really have that many designers. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. I better round this up. It's my mother. Bye.